Hello, everybody! I hope everyone's having a fantastic, absolutely amazing weekend so far. Hell to the yes, I hope all of you are doing brilliant. Oh. Good shit. Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. Sent you that invite. Got the share giggity goop going.
Fuck yes. There we go. It's nice to see you again, Joe. You too, Spurl. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. We got to smoke our bowls.
There we go.
I actually have a topic today.
You know, so I might be lucky if it don't break our boundaries of topic, giggity gooks, you know?
Okay.
So like I've been, you know how like on your cell phone you get these news flashes. So I kind of just want to go down with the comfort of knowing that when I go to look at my news feeds, that I'm not seeing bullshit, you know. So I gotta feel, you know, if I can find these articles and if they're correct, you know, what other people's, you know, outlooks are on it. Because in all reality, the most craziest thing is I don't think any opinion. I mean, it's an opinion like you and me because we're running the podcast, but I think these should be really good ideas. Like, so like protests erupt in nationwide against the ICE thing. So like that's been crazy as of lately. But in all reality, I don't feel I know the story behind the whole situation to really break it down to say, yeah, we should still be protesting, or maybe they were right, you know?
And that, I feel like that is more mature and more wise than giving an opinion that you're not knowledged on.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like if someone asks me, are you Israel, Palestine? I'm like, it is a long conflict. I can see both of the sides from what I've heard. I'm sure that there is a definitive answer, but I don't know it.
Right. I mean, I'm more okay to invest onto that story, like if it keeps going the way it is, because in all reality, a lady in Minneapolis had supposedly gotten shot from an ICE agent, but and again, you got to think some of these people are like getting in the middle of like riot, so. And protest tends to be a very crowded situation, as a person out there in the wild will say, you know? Mm-hmm. So in the end, whether you like it or not, both sides of the party must obey the law and clear the road, correct? Except if law has it blocked off, road blocked and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're that unfortunate sod that's literally caught in the middle of that, and you're like, I gotta go out to my supermarket and go get a steak for dinner tonight, you know? Mm-hmm. And you can't leave, and these situations happen. But some of the craziest excuses that I've been hearing have been tied to Venezuelan gangs. You know, it's crazy to think that, because if that's so, then why did that lady look like she's been living here for eons and has had had 4 kids at home? Fucking. I'm like, what? They said the officer had gotten hit by the car that she was in, and I guess the mayor had explained that, he may as well have gotten that bump from the refrigerator door opening wrong. And in all reality, I mean, that for once sounds like a mayor who's looking at it from our point of view. It's just a bump. You're not dead.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know.
I'm looking at just that understanding of a situation. And then I guess it was enough of a cause for them to gun the lady down, to immediately put her life to death. So that's been a controversy I've seen. It's been on my feed and stuff.
Yeah. I
So
don't know.
like, yeah, like
yeah.
I'm not in depth, but I get enough of it when I'm seeing and reading it off the news feeds, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not like, I avoid all of
But
it,
it's
all of the political stuff.
but it sounds completely crazy, don't it? What?
Yeah.
Like it's I'm baffled what I'm on, like the excuses or evidences that may be. If there is any, but I pray to God, like not an innocent person got hurt. I hope not. But there's a lot of people, apparently that city is breaking it down. They're blown away, you know. I don't wish for a side to do it, but I just want to know, like, are we going to hear evidence 10 years down the road of this and actually it lead to somewhere? Or is it going to be another situation where social media's got to turn it into that Davis guy that got murdered up there too?
I don't know. They always overplay stuff on social media and everything. Like you only see the worst of the worst. Like it looks like the city's burning when really it's like small little pockets of it are, you know.
Yeah, we as humans are fucking bored, aren't we?
Yeah, like it's a very, you know, like and not to mention even with that you don't know what happened the hours leading up to that. She could have threatened that police officer multiple times through chance and everything, and he's on edge. And then, like you don't know what happened. No one knows what happened. Yeah, but like we all like to just fucking immediately pick a side, and I hate that.
You know, like, well, I'm looking at it from both because when I looked at it, she was like, "No, I'm not mad with you." Which to me already shows that there was an ensuement to a previous argument or a confrontation within verbal, within verbal distance of each other. Yeah. So there, like you said, the moment you're engaged to a conversation and you have just a portion of, hey, this is what we got, you got to look at it even farther. That person proved, you know, in that VOD, in the little VOD that it proved that they showed. Because you can look it up and find videos of it. It's common right now. It's absolutely flooding the media. So I'm just a little confused. I mean, so what I'm saying is I'm a little confused in if someone like that has all of a sudden caused such an uproar that a whole city has decided to burn itself down. Example. Then when my friend got murdered, why didn't the whole city go up in an uproar like that?
Media.
You know what I mean? And it just blows my mind.
Your friend wasn't a big hit in the media. That's the
reason.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's supposed to be a nobody that they got that in Minneapolis or whatever. That's supposed to be a random nobody.
Well, it's just circumstance. Tensions were boiling and things got, you know, to a boiling point, and then it hit the media, and you know, like it's all circumstantial. Because like,
and then this is what we got.
Give it like by the end of the weekend, no one's going to be talking about this.
Nobody will.
The fires are still going on.
and the worst thing is if it did happen, this person is laid to rest. And they got a lot of flowers. I'm assuming this, like, I swear, better not be another hoax from these people just trying to get attention. I swear to God, people in like Minnesota really need to grow up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't follow it whatsoever. Any of the news outlets. You have to train your algorithm to actually like not show you shit.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I was looking at it and I'm like. And again, like, so this explains how you and me did the hypotheticals, right? And we were kind of seeing how far. So this breaks down, and that's a fair paradigm that you get to see from you of how free, open mind I am. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
I'm betting it was the first thing. Like, it didn't take long, man. Look how fast it turned one-sided. You know, but of course people don't like police or anything. But, you know, when the police officers were asking for ICE agents to leave, you know, and I'm like, well, what the fuck?
People typically don't like police until they need them, and then they show up and get a bunch of help from them.
And so, and what's the algorithm with that? And now that ICE is, what's going to happen with the police rep?
It's probably going
It's
down.
it's breaking
even
down,
more.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the police don't want that. Look at this shit. They are telling ICE, look, you fuckers don't come out here and deal with everyday citizens. Not every day. Yes, a lot of people don't get seen by the officers, and stuff of the community. But when that does happen, those are the officers that got to deal with. Maybe it could be your neighbor with a loaded gun that could shoot him the next day. Or it could be even the fact that the officer just has to go on a daily patrol, gonna catch a guy who's 5 mile an hour over the speed limit. All of a sudden, people are crashing into the roads, highways are turning ablaze, helicopters in the air, searchlights throughout the night for a 12-hour speed run.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in all reality, them officers are the first people on the front line. If it ain't anyone else that's like on the
A
spot,
first
that is
responder,
outlaw.
it could be as well.
First,
But
there you
yeah.
go, first responder. Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Even first responders take that risk, but they have to wait for them. They can't just walk up.
Yeah.
So like
They'll do what they
you
can.
can you can imagine how much of the local assistance services are really gonna get bashed in because the citizens in that general area will get a ruckamus. You know, they won't have the trust they used to. What if them officers, I'm just saying big ifs, them hypotheticals, right? What if them officers actually spent time for the past 5 years fixing up their 20 or 30-year bullshit there and actually fixed it and was like, man, we're on a roll, guys. People are trusting us. Well, not to us, it sounds shady, but in all reality, we're not a human as citizens, other than if you're legal. Most people can't just go up and hold a gun. You can't even purchase one. You can't even buy one and own anything to defend yourself.
So I'm going to ask you the same question, but for me, I generally like the cops. When I get pulled over, though, I am always profiled as a drug dealer because I was one.
Yeah,
And I just look like one. This is my drug dealing code. I wear this to bars. And
profiled is
everything.
the perfect word, dude. You said
Yes,
it. Profiled, because they have this MO that they magically pull out their dong, and they're like, oh, well, when you were 14, you'd be like, but that was my you were a little shithead back then. I said, and when you were like, dude, I fell out the car while drunk in somebody else's car. Like, yup, you were DUI. No, I was in the car. Like,
the last two times I've gotten pulled over, I always get tickets. I can never, even if it's like I didn't stop at a light that turned yellow and then red, but it was icy.
You have yet to have an officer. You yet to be like, all right, sir, you're good. Just next time, don't let that happen.
Never had that happen.
Really?
Besides when I was drug dealing, it happened
Dude, am I
once.
lucky?
It happened once. I got pulled over and I was totally going to get a ticket, but he got a call or something and he's like, hey, here's your license registration. I got to go. And he peeled out. And I was like,
wow,
fucking
dude, that's
Lord.
crazy. So I've had probably about 5 of those go on, get out of here cards.
You're so lucky. I don't get those.
Yeah,
But I called the police when my brother attacked me. I called them twice. It was very nice. It diffused the situation.
I could have gotten in big trouble on a couple of them, man. Like, I was driving like 14, no license, with my mom's car and other places.
You're so fucking lucky then.
And they pulled me over and they were like, "Are you peeping Tom?" And all I was doing was putting radiator fluid in the vehicle. And I guess somebody thought where we were at was like an old retirement home. I was waiting for my friend to get out from visit his mom. His mom's like 70 years old and he's like 40. I was like, all right, I was the only one able to grab my mom's whip and go.
So
radiator fluid stuff. And sit back, pop the hood back down. I go look at the radiator meter. I'm like, why is it not going? I forgot to put the top back on. So I'm like, oh, duh. Go back out there, hood back up, put the top back on. I go sit back in, officer rolls up. And I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be it. He goes, "Deep Tom?" And I'm like, no. I was like, radiator fluid. I said, it's overheating. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in my motherfucking town? And I'm like, And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, in all reality, I said, I'm not snitching nothing out. I'm bringing an adult to see his elderly mom. And I said, in there, and told him, exactly that. He's like, get in your fucking car, turn it the fuck around right now, and get it the fuck out my city. And if I see you anywhere near my city limits, boy. And this is the worst I've ever been like scolded. That was just we're in Coopersville, mind you. This is what one of them officers were like in Coopersville. Instantly, man, just if I catch you in my motherfucking town, you won't go free this time. He said, I will have to pull you over and I'll get your fucking ass out of here and don't let me see you here again. And I'm like, I don't know which way. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, yup, I'm gone. I'm like, my dude's gonna have to get another ride, bro, because my mom didn't know I took the car. My mom didn't know me. So like, oh my God.
But every time I get pulled over, I get a ticket. I get something. I get in cuffs. I get whatever. But as annoying as that is, I called the cops for when my brother attacked me. I've called the cops for suspicious-looking people, and they handle them, or drunk people.
Do they question you afterwards, though? They're like, be like, all right, can you step outside, sir? Yeah.
Well,
are you okay?
While I was at U-Haul for 4 years, we called the cops like on a monthly basis.
You had to. Yeah. You haven't literal. Shit could go federal.
Very good to like every time. It was a good thing. They'd come in and respect us as just part-time workers,
Well, whether you're a worker or not, the badge still says, I'll get you. I am the law.
And even if they came in and were just like, that guy's annoying everyone, they'd handle it, So it was great, And then of course Wednesday she had her place broken into not too long ago. The cops, they didn't find any of it, but they reassured her, let her know what to do, gave her some advice and everything, and that was very calming for her. So the cops can be great. I consider them a very beneficial, necessary evil. But what do you think about the cops? That was the question I was going to ask at the end of all of this. How do you feel about the police? Because what's the alternative in my mind? No cops, everyone robs each other, fuck that.
No, and the problem is with that scenario, you need to have a localized leader at that point. Then now you're breaking it down from mayors into chiefs. You know what I'm saying? And not like no war chief shit. Actually, county chiefs. You'd have to do it like that. And you know how hard? Let me tell you nowadays. Let's break it down to it. Let's put us in that situation where cars are a little bit harder to get. We don't have that stabilized economy, and we didn't make the decision we needed to make. Right? All right. So now, do you think because each county has its town hall, its own little situation going, its major city, or major county, little major village in its county? Do you think anybody's going to go out of their way every single day to at least border protect your county, at least to make sure that you don't have other enemy felons from another county into your borderlands, and you still have to send someone back to your chief to report that as you pursue this person with other people screaming at the top of their lungs, either running in a vehicle on the back of their technicals? It don't fucking matter. Just in the end, think of that.
Okay. I know. That's why that's why I said they're a necessary evil. Well, that's why I said they're a necessary evil. What's the alternative? You feel me?
We need the officers because nobody is brave enough and gutsy enough and responsible enough to go and do the same thing responsibly enough ourselves. Because even though a lot will say, I can do it, can you fucking really do it? Even though that man just shot that little girl, you don't know neither one of them two, but as an officer of the law, you have to figure out who was the necessary evil, and what if you find out that little girl was the little evil one?
Yeah.
And he actually protected his land.
So going back to the question, I said they are a very beneficial, necessary evil. Think about that. They're very
We need
beneficial
them.
in my eyes.
We
But they're
need
very
them.
beneficial as well. They can do
Yeah,
shit that is very helpful.
yeah. The police. It sounds very strange, but local PD does need to be given a little slack. They are the same citizens that still go to work, even though they have a higher profile job to do, and probably receive the same amount of pay as an janitor. So in all reality, you know, we need them.
Yeah.
There's nobody willing to do the things that actually needs to be done. If we look at it again from that little county view, right? Now let's expand it to a statewide view. Do you think that we can trust all the chiefs on the lower part of the state to be able to patrol that side and make sure nobody crazy comes in that is like, could be from another area that doesn't even come from any of our states? What about it if it was an invader? Nobody would know. What if a fire breaks out?
Yeah.
How is everybody going to be okay to be in copacetic and keep within communication? No, because you're going to have problems with your neighbor from 8 years ago that, you got some food, couldn't run it back or some. In all reality, if you look at it from a tribal understanding, but not like a tribal like age, it still can be applied.
So,
But it has to be down to morality and responsibility. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to hold our own, like state. You know
yes.
how crazy it would look right now if we trusted citizens to actually protect from civil war? You know how crazy our states are going to look afterwards?
Yep. So going back to the question once again, we both consider them a necessary evil, but what about the before part? Because I say that they're very beneficial as well.
Well, I will say we we've used them to their benefit, I will say, because
Even though
a
I get
lot of the
harassed all the time, like I consider them very beneficial in the end. You feel me? Like they do things that other
police
jobs
need to
can't.
be police need to be more open to general public when there is a time of need of caution. If there is a parent saying, "Can you do me a favor and just do a background check on that person?" Other than that, like, or like, "Hey, can you go and see if that purse is my purse?" Like, somebody could be actually holding a gun with somebody else's. Like we needed that.
So
Before that's what we needed, and yes, they were a very beneficial need. We needed them.
so
Again, it's hard to say no. They get paid for a job that risks their life.
exactly. So on top of all of that, what side do you lean toward? Defunding, funding the police, or just keep it the same?
So this is going to sound weird, but we need to refund. We need to refund the police. So people don't realize how long, even up to this date, how long we've had the police officers over our kneecaps getting spanked by our royal hand because of their wrongness. But you got to think, if we keep disciplining the good evil out of this, what's going to eventually happen when the good evil gets released the next time? It's going to naturally say, hey, I don't know, you actually scared the shit out of me for a minute. In all reality, yes, we do fund them. Yes, we do pay them, but you got to think, again, they're the ones with possibly a gun in the end holding it up if they have to, when you can't and you're hurt on the ground
So
by a
so
thief.
so I'm going to give my
Like,
answer, but it's a little bit complex. I'm going to explain why first and then give my answer, if that's okay.
yo,
So my answer boils down to back in the day, there were a lot less people per town. The police officers pretty much knew every family, everyone.
small village.
Well, not even that, just cities, whatever, what have you. The police officers, it was their job to kind of know everyone in the community, Just basic shit about, okay, that's a family lives right there. A family lives right there. It's a lone person living right there. It's a couple living just to have a general idea. And, people walked around more. So it was just more of a public community type of thing, People knew each other more. Now that is kind of falling toward the wayside. There's, in my opinion, not as many cops as opposed to the ratio of amount of people that they have to actually police. And it's become like a thing where if you know a cop, you can get out of a speeding ticket. Well, like back in the day, everyone knew the police officer in their town. You could, you know.
It would almost say you could bribe them, but in all reality, here's the thing. They kind of broke their oath in a way. Sentimental feeling. Back then, there was less people. So, yes, a lot of cities and villages actually had probably, hey, my little brother, little sister, and cousin both are on a department. There's like 4 members on a family. And then later on, you're like, what happened to your family here? And they'd be like, well, 2 of my family members were in a fire.
And even with that, less roads to patrol, less area, less.
Exactly. They get stories. You get stories where entire families are probably wiped out from one incident too. That's the crazy thing, from catastrophic damages. And because I have somewhat of a family that's within the departments of government that work for the fire rescue and all, ambulance, EMS, a lot of this stuff. So like the biggest things that to me sent more impact was the fact that when they told me stories of the old days, like 1970s, 80s, and early 90s, right? They would tell me that, so like, oh, my cousin and my little sister, and when they were, they grew up, into a department of sort. And when a tragedy happened, if something would happen, a family small, they would say, like 2 or 3 members would be in a catastrophic incident or event, and they were either maimed or something else, hospitalized, so you would hear them events happen. And to think that that's how small a little village is when you got whole families almost completely wiped out from like FD, EMS, a bad winter, a whiteout blizzard, and they have to protect citizens and check elderlies and keeping them from freezing to death. I would rather the old people not freeze to death and the kids not freeze to death rather than middle age. Am I fucked up for that?
No. And that's why my answer is we have to give them more funding, but we have to tell them they have to hire more officers. They have to have a quota.
They need restructure.
Yes. Because I think we need more officers, less high-tech shit.
I think maybe that I would say yes with that, but they need more high-tech defense, like cyber defense. Cyber defense. That's the biggest thing. If they want to be protect and serve, you can't.
I could get down with that.
You know what I mean? You have to also protect where others are getting taken advantage, from the internet.
Yeah, and I've been in police cars too often. Their computers are old as fuck.
They still got them fucking old Alienwares, like T100S or some shit,
Legit.
like big old 50-pound block ones, and you can hear them radiators and back them.
Right.
Oh my!
And then when
God,
they make it, beep.
Dude, you're like, what is wrong
You're
with that?
like, Jesus Christ, that sounds like an old speaker.
Do you got DSL in this motherfucker?
Like,
no, I got
Jesus.
actually fucking beep and beep.
Right. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man.
Oh my God. I miss that sound. I'm not gonna lie, as a nerd, I miss that sound.
But yeah, no, I feel like it would go a long way, but I mean, I don't think that would answer all of our problems.
No, the restructure, because one of the other ways is they need to actually sit down and start using these town halls. Yes, we have like Michigan has Lansing, right? That's one of our major cities within Michigan. Detroit is our capital, right? So like everybody goes there, but what does anybody come down from Lansing to my county and visits the town hall and says anything to nobody? No. We got 3 town halls in one fucking village and none of them get used. One's for broke people, one's for mid-use people, and the other one's for rich people.
Oh yeah, no, state Politics and everything are just ignored in general. There are countless stories of like, oh, this shitty ass law in your state could have been completely repealed if it wasn't for like two people. If we just
Yeah.
had two more people to outvote
Yeah.
them, like, yeah, no, but no one came.
It-
There's
it-
18 people that showed up to vote for this law.
and we do have, like I said, all these little town hall centers where you have them, and where I'm at, we literally have like 3, and they are like, one's like the old very first version, but now it's like caught up to date like a house. Then we got the middle one, which was put down during 2000s, where it's qualified to be this pretty spiffy, right? And then they just rebuilt another one, and then it's like, hey, we don't. They got everybody there constantly, but nobody shows up. Nobody, and I'm like, where are all these like? Where are these leaders? What the hell? Have we, like, if I go back to think, have we reinstated our local leaders to go back into office as of late since the 9/11 attacks? Have we ever did that yet? Have we ever? I swear they did something where it was only, where, for example, just to let you know, like, because they were like, everybody who, other than like government workers, commercial workers, and all, like they got specific, were beneficial at that time. And then they were like, those who are below, you can go back home and you're laid off. And we had that giant layoff period. So now I'm sitting here thinking about, has United States ever reinstated that back, as all, like, even our town hall members could go back to work and back into them buildings on a daily basis now? I don't think we have.
That's a good idea, Spurl. Town halls should send out like things on the phone.
Yeah, kind of like a localized citizen dispatch.
Yeah.
In all reality, that's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're supposed to bring your civil problems to them first, instead of having to walk to the fucking nearest city to bring it to a court system.
Yeah.
Which, in all reality, all civil things, from what I knew, maybe that's how I was raised traditionally, but I was told, like, civil things are not meant for judges and people that get paid by a briefcase, is what I was explained.
Mm-hmm.
I was explained civil cases need to be handled person to person, and it should never stray from that far.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was raised. But in reality, nowadays, when it's modern time, we kind of need them town halls to be like, yo, land invasion, or like, small civil stuff that actually needs to be brought up. Hey, where's our sector between this part of county and this part of county? Have our sector moved? Has our land shifted a little bit?
Exactly.
And those town halls are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Where's them employees? And those are beautiful buildings. Don't get me wrong. They're architecturally, a lot of these buildings have lasted way longer than what I've expected for the last couple decades.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a lot of them buildings not being used that should be in use today.
Yeah.
And they're just not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's stray away from politics, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't really mention other than date time, but yeah, I just want to know. It's just like the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
We have like also old antique photos in some of the fire barns around. So like the old black and whites, well, they're really not even black and whites. I'd say they're tan and white photos of, but I mean, you could tell this whole area was ancient back then. Like, there was wagons still around, bro. I was like, dang, I'm in an old dusty old place.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you check out that movie we talked about? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
God damn it, no.
Highly recommend
No,
it.
I got to because I've been hella busy doing streams, collabos with other people.
I rewatched like half of it, and I was like, my head hurts. I got to come back to this. And yeah, it's such a good movie.
No.
I'm telling you, you're gonna love
He
it.
soaked it all in and broke himself.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was. I got too stoned that day.
Let me go get some more coffee. One moment.
Go
One
for it.
moment. Let me
Do
go
your
grab
thing.
some more coffee.
Do your thing. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. 100%. Marie grabs coffee. I just pack a bowl. It's always the go-to. Oh, but it's a rainy day here. It's disgusting. It's not windy though, so it's not too bad. But it's just kind of gross. It's just kind of gross. I don't feel like going out, honestly. I'm just gonna stay in tonight. Maybe watch the rest of that movie. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I have returned. Don't worry.
Okay.
I've made it. Yay.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Salute, salute. I'm going to roll me a cigarette.
Let's see. What was
Here.
it? Oh yeah.
Another one.
I watched this documentary the other night. About Arctica, or sorry, the Arctics, and how it's so hard for us to explore because, like, Antarctica is mainly like a sheet of land with ice on top, but like the Arctics are just ice, touching the ocean floor and sliding over itself and melting, refreezing, and so much pressure. We can't explore like any of the oceans that are actually inside of the ice. I say oceans, more like lakes.
And keep in mind, those are where our north and south poles are magnetized. So certain things that are like magnet GPSs and other like modified modern survival equipment will like detect. So if something detects any sort of metal as an attractant, you're eventually going to end up borking somewhere because it's going to read in one direction the wrong way, but it will read the correct way.
Yeah, but it's very hard for us to actually, because there could be life that exists in those lakes, undisturbed for millions of years before humans were even here. But it's hard for us to get to those because of the immense amount of pressure that the ice causes.
Well, you want to know something funny? So there's a VOD out there where somebody goes to those like ice border or something, like ice wall or something like that. And I guess they go and they find this little cave. And these people, I think, don't realize because like gravity affects us differently when we are entering Earth layers from like going straight to the core. So like you got to keep in mind that when gravity also has that effect, it's going to alter time.
I don't know about
Because
that.
if you noticed, when you enter towards Earth's core, and if you free fall, you increase speed for your atmospheric gravity, right? But lo behold, but at the middle of where the all this mass meets up, there is actually a slowdown in gravity because you're coming to the point of 0 point of that center of Earth.
Yeah.
So time starts slowing down and gravity starts slowing down and space starts slowing down. And in the deeper you go, you as a human are going to psychologically lose your mind because you will not have the understanding and the essence and the comprehension of daytime, nighttime, time itself, because your watches are going to keep moving forward. But while you're moving forward, it's going to feel like you've just been in darkness forever. It's going to take forever for you. You're going to go through a lot more stuff than in a cave than you're going to assume. Psychologically, if you're not prepared, your mind folds in on itself because it loses track of time from the surface area.
Yep. So a couple of streams ago, this was all started a couple of streams ago. You said what part of the Earth isn't actually like inhabited or hasn't been discovered? So some caves have not been fully mapped and discovered, you know, and then some. Well, the Arctic. The Arctic we cannot explore under that ice. It's so much pressure. Anytime we even get like 100 feet down, it has the chance of turning into liquid, has the chance of shifting, has the chance. It's so much pressure and so much ice and so much going on at once. We cannot even like drill into it very deep. And it could refreeze past the equipment. The best we can do is try to get a probe in there, and we have, but it has to be through, we can't connect to it. It has to be completely
it's
autonomous.
one solid chamber. So the spot that I think you're theoretically talking about is one solid chamber from top to bottom to the bottom. Is it like bores into like a mile into the earth? I think 2 miles. It goes deep, right? It goes really deeper than any drill that has ever like. But the problem is it has seismic activity. So
Yeah.
like you got to keep in mind like how much more of that shaft is going to stay in one piece, pristine, clean, maintenance and stuff all the time. Again, like you said, you know, I understand why they got that site, you know, and I also want to know like, and I get maybe I don't want to know. Now sit here and think about it. If you make another, you know, drill site, you might actually go through ancient stuff that you might not get back. But
Yeah, I was going to ask, what do you think is in that ice that we can't even send radio waves to actually? We can map it out with like a little bit, but it's constantly shifting and moving. Like things are collapsing. There's air pockets appearing. Because ice will, with that much pressure, ice will randomly turn into water. You know,
well, keep in mind, radio waves are definitely going to be goofy down there. Radio waves are also electromagnetic waves as well.
That's why if we send a probe, it has to be 100% autonomous. Like you cannot connect with it and control it.
So I did a little bit of research on exactly that. Everything they do has to be so they have wires from that long. Can you imagine having to use steel tinsel wire enough where like even as they drill through where it's like negatives, like it's like sub-zero cold in there.
Exactly.
They actually have it where they're doing this and they're telling this thing from a mile and a half away to grab something, you know, pull it up, and they got to put it in little containers and bring it in. So like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's crazy. They have to be completely manually operated
or autonomous.
I don't know if I don't think autonomous is a good idea.
It's
eventually we're gonna get to a point where that code is actually gonna start breaking down on those computer parts.
So we got about like a 20 to 30% return rate with autonomous, as opposed to with manual, it's like a 10%, because you're sending a wire and things can refreeze and move and whatnot, and that wire could break. So like you have
kind of like an investigation.
5 to 10, yeah. Well, like autonomous, if you send it in, the worst that could happen is like a cave-in or something. As long as it can make it drill its way back out, and it should be able to. It could get stuck or whatever. It could be mapped differently. That's why it has to be autonomous, where it's like AI and it tracks the current surface. You know. Because ice is extremely weird in those pressures. We're talking trillions of tons.
But they don't have normal ice down there in Arctic, bro. You know they call that ice a different ice, and you know the Native Americans call that ice a different ice. Mm-hmm. That ice is not normal.
It's not. It's billions of years old.
and the other thing is it's God's water. Mm-hmm. That's God's water. It fills the river in the sky, as what I traditionally we are to know. So like you got to think, if even like ancient civilizations have this in their knowledge or lore, in their knowledge, you'll be surprised on how much lore I know, guys, and how much I've actually invested my little white booty into my heritage.
If you want, I can send you a link. It's a 3-hour documentary on YouTube, free to watch. But
I know which one you watched. I know which one. So you have literally, maybe other than like sending down the scout, like mine was more of like I am okay with if someone was like, pay you to go on this adventure, okay.
Mhm.
But I need to have equipment. Whether I like it or not, I can't go down there all, Tonto canoe and fucking survival equipment. No. You need to have an actual team.
Mhm.
And when those teams do go in, do those teams actually come out? Do they really come out or no?
It's
And
dangerous
I
too.
and I don't think they come out in one piece. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's a dangerous
So
environment, and you're with those people for months on end.
driving each other nuts.
Hmm.
Who wants to sit in a fucking boat with me?
Yeah, like if someone pisses you off, well, you better hope that you forgive them. You won't be with them for
Yeah,
months on end. There's
man,
no getting
he's
rid
a
of them.
nah. He's just a fucking dick, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but he's cool. He's understanding, but he's a fucking dick,
You
man.
have to
Like,
be very tolerant of people. I would actually want to work on an Arctic base. I think that would be cool as fuck.
I would love to be a part of kind of like expeditioning that up.
Hmm. But I don't think I'd
I
make the
would like to
cut
know.
with the psychological evaluation. I don't think I'd
I
make the cut. I think I hold a grudge too much. If someone pisses me off, I'm gonna
psychologically,
fucking the entire time just fuck with them.
the only thing psychological I think would really get me really going or trigger me, I think, on an expedition like that, if we had to turn around constantly and return back to base
Yeah,
when we could have made triple the mileage on foot.
yeah,
Like to me, it sounds weird, but I'm used to traveling even in the snows. It's nothing to us. Brown sugar just moves a little slower when it's colder.
I feel you. Hmm.
But it's to the point of like I would love to explore something like that, but what kind of I would like to. I guess I want the cheat code to know what is in there, but the only way you can figure it out is going yourself, right?
Yep. We pretty much sent probes to the bottom of the ocean and figured
I
out
would have
everything
to
down
hand.
there.
I would have to have.
Well, a lot down there, not everything, I'm sure, but
You know what? I got it. I got it. I would have to have handcrafted materials that I made that everybody like. If I'm financed with the stuff, they have to like get me the materials. I craft the gear by my hand, so that way I don't have to depend on everybody else to. It could be a possible sabotage for an expensive expedition.
hmm.
And then at the same time, I'd have to make sure I'd have a small, little tow behind sled or a tow behind boat,
Yeah,
whichever one.
yeah.
But the boat, again, if you go in by boat, how would that be? Like you would accidentally have to find a gap in the ocean wall or whatever that everybody's talking about.
Hmm.
To go in to see what's inside of the Arctic ice.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Or,
then
yeah.
again, how are you going to survive from one of those ice glaciers falling in the water? Do you not realize that one of them little chunks are not little when you get up close? Do
They're
you realize
fucking
when you
huge.
you
Some of
stand
them are
on
the
a tip
size
of
of
one of those?
like full on fucking states in the
Dude,
United
yeah, they
States.
are.
Like they're fucking huge.
Here's another thing. You can look it up on YouTube as well. They got a picture of what a iceberg does and what it looks like when it rolls over.
Hmm.
And when it does, do you not realize that this thing, if it
So
kept
much
spinning in
force.
the water, it could literally create a tsunami
It
on its
would.
own?
Not it could, it would.
This thing flipped once, this iceberg rolled once, and it instantly tidal waved. And even I was in my chair here going, oh, fuck. Wait a minute, I'm good. Oh, man, that's scary. I actually felt the fear of abyss, and I'm like,
Bro, you don't have to
whoa.
ask us questions. You don't have to ask us if you can ask questions. You can just ask questions, man. Yeah, that goes for anyone in chat. Yeah, just go ahead and chat. We'll say hi in the beginning and whatnot, but we like to stick to the conversation, folks.
Oh, I missed the question. One of Sparrows. Not to be nosy, what general part of the country you live in? I ain't afraid. I live in Michigan.
Yeah,
I live in the northeastern part.
I'm Western New York, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And the only thing is here's the best thing. I get to tell Chris the weather before it goes to him.
Hmm. Pretty much. I get a lot of those.
And then he gets to tell me what the weather was like after it hits
Yeah.
him, and we're usually the ones going, it hits twice as hard. You got more lakes than us.
Yeah, I get a lot of those while I'm like clearing the driveway, and then I finish, go inside, and I look at my phone, like, how is the weather from like. I think Highland hits me up a lot with that. I'm like, or not a lot, you know. Every once in a while, I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah. You guys, like,
yeah, there's
so,
people
like,
who just
in all
know
reality,
that I'm getting hit right now just based on what they had seen, and it's great. I love it.
I live in a tourist state basically. So like yeah, everybody comes up here for Turtle Island, Mackinac Bridge, Van Andel Arena. If you get like special events like monster trucks or WWE comes up for a season.
We got the Niagara Falls.
So like you get the tourists around during the spring, like and recently, like that's been the biggest thing is everybody with their electric bikes. And you know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? Every single one of you who used electric bikes and you're like, I pedal, you fucking liars. No, you shouldn't even be on an electric bike.
I feel you. I want to get one of those. Those are cool. But I could barely use it around here too. It'd be like 5 months of the year at most.
Dude, me and Lady would walk up and down what we got nearby is called the Dragon Trail. It runs, you know, along the side of the river that, you know, is along us. And we get to walk in, and it's not normal. You know, it's normal to see somebody sweating. You know, when they go by, you can smell sweat. You're like, Jesus, that dude was mileage riding. Like, you know, and he's got maybe the fat tires, but he's got skinny rims, and he's got extra gears on his chain, you know, and you could tell these are bikers, right? So the years have crawled by where bikers are coming by on electric bikes, and nobody is pedaling anymore. They're just, you can hear wee, 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 and I'm like, don't you guys come here for the, you know, the exercise? And like, it makes me wonder, like, how much are we losing out here by having electric motors on pedal bikes?
Yeah.
It's no, you may as well call them motorcycles at that fucking point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you, yeah, Jesus.
I'm sure that there's going to be some sort of regulation that's going to happen with them eventually.
They've been, you know what's funny, as you say in that, because they do regulate that. They don't like motorized anything on these trails. But I'm like,
well, I mean, like there's going to be like legislation where you need a license, like you can't have a kid riding one,
or ORV or something, because those things can really cruise over 35, and those and it's dangerous.
You got like a 6-year-old.
I got clocked on a pedal bike.
You got what?
Not no lie, people. I got clocked on a pedal bike.
Yeah.
So there's a hill by me, S curves, and it's got, let's say, maybe a 50-degree angle. Okay. Pretty downhill steep for an S curve in the winter too, right? But you know, but it was spring and summer. So me, a couple friends of mine, and an old man, you know, and another dude that's got a little yellow scooter. We said, all right, drop us off here. My friend brings down his custom bike. He's taken the frame and turned it upside down. He's taken the crank off of it. He's put the seat in through the bottom of the bike. You know, he's done some cool things with his bike. He's even took the handlebars where they would be up, and he folded them down around the tire. So that way he's closer to the ground. Like, this guy is insane. He's like, watch this speed. He's like, all right. I'm like, he's going to die on the first strike. He's going to go forward. There's no brakes. We don't have brakes. There's pegs on the front and back. You got rubber as your shoe. That's it. And here he goes, and he gets rolling, and he starts cooking. And I mean, he has to stretch over this like a horse. He's cooking, and the guy on the moped starting to leave us behind because we're pedaling. We're on little 18-inch BMX bikes, pedaling this shit out on you know, speed gears. Yeah. And the moped takes off, and he started catching up to him. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's moving at the pace of a car. So how fast is he going? You know, and here I'm scooting by, and there's another car getting ready to pass up. Guy passes me. He goes, "You guys know you're doing about 45 right now on pedal bikes?" And I'm like, Yeah, I'm like, we could hear the wisdom passes, right? We could hear that.
Yeah,
We know
especially
we're
when you
going
turn
fast.
your head, it's.
Dude, yeah, you like
Yeah.
straight in your fucking ear. You know, we
Yeah.
don't have helmets.
Yeah.
We know because we don't lean, we don't turn with our handlebars at these points. We're leaning. And
Yeah.
mind you, this looks like we're on retarded crotch rockets. Forgive me, I shouldn't have said that. Clapped, like looking crotch rockets, like with no brakes, BMX bike. We're looking to get scabbed. Man, and he makes it to the end, and he's waiting for us. But mind you, when he made it to the end, the guy that was on the customized little bike, he's already halfway across the dam. So, like, we get to the end of the S curves, and the guy that tried to pass us in the car, you know, he was like, dude, that was like 55 mile an hour at the bottom right there. Dude, you guys floating on that. You gotta have a good day, you know. And we're still coasting, right? And, you know, and we get up there, we get down and do a little dip where the spillway is, and that's where our speed ends, right? It didn't end for the guy in the custom bike. So, you know, we got off, and I'm like, man, that wasn't too bad. None of us realized that in the the boat trailer parking area, a state police officer was tracking speeder, and he ran us, and he didn't flip lights, right? So we all get off on the side of the dam road, where the road had been closed across the dam, and we get on there. We meet up, and the guy on the moped literally just kept going because I'm assuming he saw the officer, you know, tailgating us kids at them times, right? So we meet up, and man, how you end up? Yeah, dude, he said I was going like 75. I'm like, dude, I got clock. I was like, I got clock 55. I said another moving car was catching up, you know, and he said we were going pretty fast at the bottom. He's like, yeah, okay, and he goes, but you don't want to know what's gonna happen now. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, right there, it's pulling up, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? I'm like, you know, I mean, curfew, but it's daytime. What? Officer pulls up. He goes, excuse me, boys. Can't help but notice. You got motors on those things? No. Are you guys pedaling that? Yeah, officer. And did I just see somebody, Superman, floating across the ground? And he picks his gun up, right? His radar gun, and he's like, and I caught this dude at 76 miles an hour. And he's like, he didn't pedal or have chains or have anything. He goes, I can't register him as a motorized vehicle. He goes, because he wasn't powering it. Yeah. He was our driver. So he's like, he only had to go and tell him, don't do that crazy shit again, right?
Yeah. Nowadays, it's I think it's like a pedestrian vehicle or something. It's some dumb, but you can't go above a certain. I think it's 50. It might be 40. I think it depends the state though.
It's 35 around here in Michigan, like in the county area. Like you can also there's certain rules like ORV. It can go, you know.
Because my mom bought an electric bike and it went like above. It went up to 40. I got 45, it up to 42.
45 was the governor pull off when you pulled the governor off. Yeah,
well, I know. Not for me. No, I didn't. We didn't. I was told to build it by my family, you know. So I built it and then told to test it. So I tested it on a hill.
Here you go,
just got it to max speed before the hill, and then, you know, I got it up to 42.
But yeah, that officer come up, man, and like I said back then, I mean, so when I was growing up, like still at the time we did that, we were decent teens, right? You know, we had maybe one 20-year-old that was hanging around us, right? Yeah. But it was a risk that we were bringing on to him, and all of us as teens were trying to be cool, not getting him in trouble, right? Yeah. But again, like we were doing cool things like that, and that officer pulled up. He could have said, "Hey, you're the oldest of this group. You're in the back of this, and you kids." He could have been a cut, man. He could have been.
Well, they didn't have laws like that back then either.
Exactly, but he could have just said, "Hey, you kids naughty for being on a public road in danger." traffic, impeding, and
he could have hit the books.
He could have
hit you with the books.
He could have took mom and dad. That's the biggest thing. Back then, they didn't take it. They didn't even have the option of going to the kids.
Yeah.
They weren't like nowadays. You have the option of actually pulling it back and letting the kids pay the consequence. But they were fixing. They could have. But they didn't. They would have fixed to take your parents.
Yeah, they could. Well, they also could have easily called your parents and said, "Hey, he is interrupting traffic. He went way too fast."
Oh, imagine if you had the parents too. Oh my God, lit up for weeks for it. Oh my God, boy, if I ever hear the cut the good, I want to whoop at that ass.
And they take your fucking bike and everything. And you're just
snap it into. So like, I was raised in a family like if you did something with your bike, so which did happen, they'd put it behind the truck, turned the truck on, and drove over it. And they said, "You want to do that and do stupid shit with that again?" But it was because we left the kept leaving bikes behind the trucks and stuff. So they got sick of it, and that's what you're gonna do. And we never laid bikes behind vehicles again. No, hell no. But again, as a kid. Very, like you said, very lucky to hey, get your ass out of here moments from them officers, because again, I couldn't believe we got radared.
I got a lot of those in school and a lot of those when I wasn't in a car. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's weird because if I was on my board, which I've long boarded, my max speed I think is 28, might be 29, but there's an app you can get. And I've checked it with it's spot on.
He's like, I just wanted to see what my legs can do, what them legs do.
And I got it up to 28 down a hill, but I was always more into just getting to the next place to sell. You know how it goes. But it's
glad they do need to allow a little bit more public access. I mean, to reality, to the point, whether we like it or not, the police needs to open up too. They need to. And no, it sounds horrible, but there are some serious points that they need to open up. And that's, in all reality, will make a lot of people's trust kind of be like, all right, wait a minute. He could have pulled me over, and I don't remember the officer that said that.
I have an officer. I've met him 3 times, and each time he's let me go. Because he the first time he's like, "You seem like a good kid," and everything. And I was pretty sober at the time, so I was like, yeah. But then the other 2 times I was fucked up. But he was just like, "Get the fuck out of here, Chris." He knew me by name. I knew his name, but I forgot it. But when you actually do bad shit. And you're out in the community, out at the park, out at the longboarding around, and you become known.
Their whole attitude changes.
You become known.
It is almost like a bad milk. To be really honest, it's almost like a bad milk.
Well, you become known. There's an old guy who lives up the street from me. He lives in a shack. I don't even know if he has electricity. Doesn't have TV. He doesn't have a phone. That's for goddamn
sure. It's a hermit. He's an old hermit.
Old hermit. He's 80 years old. I see him walking up the street, and then he goes to the street corner, and he's got a hitchhiking license. He sticks his fucking thumb out.
Lo and behold, that guy could be like a mafia leader.
Oh no, I've given him rides.
I'm joking. I'm 100% joking.
I've given him rides. He's a Vietnam vet. And he just doesn't believe in any of it. He's just like, I can get entertainment not from those things. You told me about
this, Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he's a cool dude. But I brought him to get his laundry done and stuff, Oh, yeah. He's still... I saw him just the other day on my way to work, and I was like, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm late.
That's what I'm saying, grit. That's an old geezer for you right there. Grit. That's what it defines. When you get old, I want to be gritty like an old geezer.
Yeah, he's got a beard down to here, gray. He always wears a black rimmed hat. Always.
Oh, dude.
Even when it's snowing like a motherfucker out, I'll see him out there sometimes,
like an old cat to really sit down and be like, hey, man, let's go do some shit. Fuck it, man.
Yeah. Legit, even if it's snowing like a motherfucker out, I still see him walking with that black hat and like a coat.
you
in
know
his
what'll be
bag.
with wholesome people like that, because I've used to, you know, be around a lot of like elders like that, and so and they would. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to like Chuck E. Cheese or something, or I'm gonna go on like, you know, Laser City. You know, I'm gonna play laser tag with people. You know, no, and then he brings the dude brings you out like out in the middle of the woods. He's like, all right, boy, I'll tell you, this is how you split wood. This is how you get. This is how you know, you're like instantly in a whole new fucking dimension. Or you're like,
Oh
whoa.
yeah, when I first met him, I was like,
I'm not ready.
when I first met him, I was like, I've seen you around a couple of times. Like, what's your story? And he's like, oh, I'm a Vietnam vet. I just don't really believe in any. Like, I can get by just fine, and I get plenty of entertainment and everything. Like, from not,
Crazy.
you know, paying for a phone and paying for that, you know, like and for a
People like
car
that.
and yeah, he's
Is it
just.
just me? Do they all like? Is it just me, or do they have that in them? Am I crazy? Have we all gotten
Well,
too
he might be
demanding?
getting a check or something.
I mean, think about it.
Because
Really,
he's a
like
Vietnam vet, he might still be getting a check or something, or some sort of disability, because he limps around. And he told me he got hit on a bike once, because I told him that I got hit on a longboard at one point. You got to be careful on these roads, because I had, you know, and we both shared stories, and yeah, it was fun.
like,
But
are you alone? Be like, I'm all right with being alone. I'm absolutely happy. And a lot of elders like that, like they are that old. Like the weird thing is they're absolutely okay with their their solace. They're absolutely okay with it.
and I've learned how to actually. He's a really good conversationalist. He asks a question about me, just based on I'll be smoking the pipe, my appearance, you know, my
Yeah.
duplex or whatever. You know, he'll ask me a question, and I give an answer, and then he gives an answer to relate, and then he asks another question, always at the end. He never lets
Ooh.
me sneak in a question, you know. But it's
Ooh.
everyone loves talking about themselves, you know.
He's. I mean, that's
But
crazy.
if you give an answer and then you ask a question, like he asked, like, "Oh, is this Led Zeppelin?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I love Led Zeppelin. Have you ever heard of them?" It
Eh,
keep it going.
Yo,
And
damn.
yeah,
And a
he's
lot of people aren't used to feeling that pile up on their plate. And a lot of people get overwhelmed with that.
yeah,
That is crazy. He's used to a lot of pressure. He's used to some shit.
yeah.
I will say that. Wow.
And we get into some good, deep conversations. He's an awesome guy. When I see him in the morning, I'm like, oh, I want to pick you up because we have just some good conversation, you know? And yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't try
And
to
you can't
pick
and
and
you
prod
can't
at
come
his
up to him.
life, you know?
You
But
can't come up to him with a stupid one either. I mean, and to be real, you can't do that. That's an insult. You can't do that. Yeah, you got to be like, I gotta let him know I've bettered up another day. How do I do this? Like
but he's an
something,
awesome
you know.
cat. Like, I don't smoke weed around him or anything. Like, I'm like he's
Cheers,
told me he
cheers
doesn't
to
drink,
that
doesn't
coffee
do
break.
drugs. Like, yeah, he's.
How many bowls did you get down yet?
I think I'm at 6. He's 7.
Yeah, I think 7.
Yeah.
Making sure you caught up. You see, it seems how if you get flooded or I do, you know, one or the other.
I mean, I'm getting really stoned lately. I just picked up a bunch of these, more of these, where the dog walkers is what I call them, but they're the half-gram things that I smoke when someone reaches 420 on the channel, you know. But I just smoke these. Like sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, let's get blitzed.
I did want to try to get a little bougie with it. I want to try to switch out from. I want to kind of get the coated glass tips from for a while.
These are glass ones too. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Are they coated with the trichome powder on it?
So no, well the joint is, but not the tip. The tip is glass and it has a little plug on it.
Let me see that real quick. Just let me see the camera on it.
I said here.
They're called like mitten extracts.
Oh yeah, exactly. One of those, yeah.
Yeah, just a little. I call them dog walkers because it's perfect for walking a dog.
Yep,
It's
but
just
yeah.
what they're called around here, though.
So, is it cleaner, do you think, to manage with glass tips or back with filter, like with regular roll filters? Not like cigarette roll filter.
What do you mean
like,
cleaner? Like, does it?
do you think you get like back goob off of the glass?
Oh, I don't care.
Nah.
So I will answer though, because a lot of people ask,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and I'll
People
give my
do.
insight because I smoke a tobacco pipe, like.
They'll be like, "Oh,
Like
it's coming out the
compulsively.
tip. Oh, gross, man! It's shitting in my mouth."
Well, like I talk to like the
Bro,
people who
it's
work there, and like
weed,
so
but-
so there's a reason why you go into a head shop and you find plastic bongs and glass bongs, and the plastic ones are shit. They absorb 400% of the THC.
all collected. Yep,
Wood absorbs even more.
almost 90% of it, and decays it and breaks it down.
Yeah, yes. So just
I know what you're getting at, bro.
Yeah, like, I was talking to this cat the other day at a bar, and they were like, you know, everyone always say, "Oh, tobacco pipe, you smoking weed out of that?" I'm like, no, why would I smoke weed out of a tobacco pipe? As I'm like puffing it, and the flames going like,
You don't get a char like that off of blowing weed through a pipe like that.
yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not smoking
That's a
weed right
waste.
now.
You would napalm the trichome.
Yeah.
You would straight nuke everything flavorable on the first.
Well, you get the flavor.
fire.
You get the flavor. Like I get mad
Well,
flavor when I do
maybe.
that. I get mad flavor when I do that. That's the whole point. Like, but that's with tobacco. With weed, I've done it with people who smoke the Gandalf pipes and they think they're cool with weed. You get good
every time
flavor if you smoke it
every
like
time
it's a
you-
tobacco pipe. But you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
But every time you put a fire like that, like a straight burning pillar of flame, dude, you get literally ball checked by your friend. Like your homie will be like Bangkok, or he'll like hit you in the lungs, or like hit you in the shoulder and be like, dude, why'd you just fry it like that? Thud. Like
Yeah.
you would get immediate repercussions.
Yeah, and if you hit it like a weed pipe, you're not getting that. Well, you are going to get the flavor, but like it's going to burn like it is now and just
I had an incident
cinder,
like
you
that.
know,
That's why
like
I know.
it's
That-
made
yeah.
to keep lit too. Like
I did that. Yeah, he had a corn cob pipe. And he was
Yeah.
like, man, he's like, check out this. We we're nerds, you know.
mhm.
And napalmed it, right? I hit it. He napalmed it. He immediately chest check. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, he was like, there you go. He goes, that's what you get for wasting that shit.
Mhm.
He was like, I'm like, I get it. My bad. You know,
Exactly. It's
that's how
it's
you-
made to
that's how
have
you
the
start to
maximum
do it.
airflow and everything. Like it's not a weed pipe. Like and like I tell people you can buy one. They're like, this one was $30, and I bought it because it's got a bore of a fucking mouthpiece, and I love airflow.
I see that. I mean, that's fucking like a 4 gauge. My
Yeah.
God.
Well, like this one is fucking thin as fuck. You know, like it's a little pinhole, but yeah, it's as long as you clean
Ooh.
it, you can get good airflow.
Ooh, that's like this. That's like a 11 on a dab. My goodness. Woo.
Yeah, so like
You gotta constantly use one of those little plungers, don't you, for that
Pipe
little needle
cleaners.
point? Yeah.
and you got to do it for this too. Because
I would.
with
Okay.
this,
Yeah.
well, it tapers down with both of them, but with this, it tapers down way less. So I'll get
It's-
flakes that get all the way up into here. With this, I
Jeez.
don't get flakes. So like
No,
with both of them, I pipe
yeah.
clean like regularly. Like
Hell yeah, them are cool pipes, man.
Yeah.
I love those. Them are cool.
yeah,
Your Calabash one though is the shit. I will say.
I like this one. It's got a big ass fucking bullhead, and this was actually an estate pipe. These are actually quite common in tobacco shops because old people in estate sales, they'll
They
sell
all
them
sit there with their little straw hats out
Yeah,
there making
you know.
oxygen. Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're
they'll
talking
rebore
about.
them and everything, and I like this one because it's got a little finger notch right there, and you can just kind of.
So is the embalming the pipe part with honey a real thing?
I've never heard of it. It probably gets rid
Okay,
of the
it's-
old pipe smell though, because there's stuff you can buy that's like mint isopropyl to run through, and it's just straight alcohol, like no, so that it doesn't warp the pipe, And,
Yeah,
but, like
'cause someone was like, "Hey, you know what? I take a fingertip full of some honey, and he goes, I go and inside, and he goes, I try to inside, pull some honey through that, blows it through, and he goes, and it coats up. He goes, but he goes, after a while, just make sure it runs through, and he actually hit it, it's drag. He goes, you'll get a little bit back. He goes, but in the end, he goes, when it all dries up, it coats it, and the heart solidifies around where them open bores are into the into whatever's wood or plastic, or like it seals up where there's airflow escaping because of that stick.
I've never heard of it. I'll be honest.
Embalming it with honey, embalming the corn cob in honey or something like that. Yeah, it's weird. It was weird.
Was the guy who did it was corn cob?
It was an actual corn cob, corn cob.
Yeah, made out of the corn. Then that makes sense. But like for wood,
that's a sensible thing. Yeah. Not. So you think it preserves that core, maybe?
Yeah, and like for wood, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, that's knowledge I knew of, but hey, now I'm updated. In all reality, because
I'll be honest.
Well, no, that's understandable because you can honey is even used for bowstring on violins and like that Stradivariuses and stuff.
I'm happy you brought up the calabash because there's a calabash that's larger at the store right now, and it's like $280, and I want it, but it's like twice as large as the one I have, and it's like I can't have two fucking calabashes. Just stupid. No, but
I think you need to stick to the one that's your signature series.
I barely use it. I just,
lower the price of your fucking Redeem, man. Then people will make
I just keep it off because it's annoying. Everyone always redeems it right when I'm about to leave, and it's like I've been smoking the pipe all fucking stream. My throat is literally butter right now, and you want me to smoke a calabash? You feel me? No, someone redeemed fucking, what was it? Pick a pain. Which one? Let me
get a dab ready with lady. I said redeem a sword. I want a sword to redeem. How dare you? You piece of shit. How dare you? I'm kidding.
No, sword should be on there. It should have popped up.
It might have, and I just looked away because I was busy trying to prep one. That's good. No, it's all right. I spent it well.
I'll give you a freebie.
Don't freebie me. What the hell wrong with you? Many people
no, because now I want to see if it works.
Come on, don't fucking give me a freebie.
Yep, it works.
There we go. He goes into. Oh my God, that is the good one. There you go. I put a whole set.
It's a straight ninja sword. Ninja swords, how they're straight, but that's an actual sword. It's not like a fucking tiny, it's fucking huge. I love that thing. Handcrafted.
That's an actual straight sword.
Yes. Straight ninja sword.
Yeah, straight sword, yeah.
Well, it's straight ninja sword because, how ninja swords is
like
the farming tool.
Either.
Yeah.
It's not a long sword either.
Yeah. Well, the ninja swords are the farming tool. It's got just double the length of the handle for that, and then straight, it's just longer. That's what it's replicating. And it's super duper sharp because they ask. They're like, do you want it extremely sharp or do you want it just kind of sharp? And I'm like, extremely sharp. And it's fucking razor.
So I'm going to say, you can't even let the air hit that because do you have
it getting covered in oil, and I still cover it in oil every year.
Do you have the kit to tend to it? They should have probably because they
gave it in blacksmith. They gave it in a handmade bag with Chinese symbols covering it. It's right on there. It's got a nice handmade Chinese sheath with the tassels and everything.
I'm just letting y'all know for perspective. When you go and get actual Asian swords and crafted, you don't use a hammer and a fucking iron like normal, yo. They give you little puff balls and little fucking spices and little cool little formulas, and you got to do it at a certain time and a certain way, and you got to and you barely touch the sword. You barely touch it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you got Parkinson's, you're gonna dull your blade.
Yeah, it
And
is
that's
so,
why I
and
asked
it's
if
so
they do
shiny
it.
and everything for that. Like, yeah, it's.
You can see where you can see the triangle mends are between metals and stuff, like where everything was worked in by hand, because it's hard to do shit like that.
And I wanted it since I was a kid. Like, literally since I was in elementary school, I wanted this sword. I followed the company. It was, I think, like $280, but then I bumped it up to like 360 or something. But it's totally worth it. It's like my most
Dude,
expensive
yeah.
piece, though. But it's
That was cool. That's a cool piece.
yeah, yeah.
I should put mine up, but mine are beaten down, wore up, and used. And I have yet to spend a summer outside in the backyard practicing again, because I got dull ones that are meant for practice, and then I got my staffs that I work with. But I spent all year the last few years inside, so I definitely got to go back outside and start like meditating and actually exercising and training again.
So that's the thing. Like, I'm no swordsman. I've never trained with one. So, like, I'm useless with that ninja sword. Well, practically useless. You know, you have to learn how to slice the right way and everything.
How bad's carpal tunnel for you?
Carpal tunnel? It's pretty bad.
Oh man, yeah, you might not like the wrist work, because a lot of the wrist work deals with figure 8 and rolling the wrist.
Yeah.
So,
The other one that showed, there it is. I call it the samurai machete. It is so fucking thick. You could
That's
swing
a
that
Saudi
in.
Arabia hand fucking cleaver, yo. No shit.
Yeah, but you could swing that at anything and it would just chop right through. It is
I
so
bet you're coming
thick.
to my sons.
Yeah.
For the person,
It is
people.
so thick and the handle is so long. It is so heavy that you could just clobber anything with it. And it doesn't matter
like-
what angle I'm fucking swinging at. It's going to chop through.
Yeah, unless you have a decent, accurate wrist in a swing, you'll be able to, handle that.
Yeah.
But in the end, when you're swinging an item like that, you're going to end up with two hands being on that and actually making full, strikes and swings. You're not going to want to be one-handed ending that, because that's how that injuries happen.
Exactly.
You swinging something like that, and just say, for example, wind. The moment Jesus farts hard enough and wind blows a certain direction, you will literally feel your blade take with the direction like a rudder. And if you hit it wrong, and you got full grip. Yup, you're gonna bounce it. You're gonna bounce it, slide, or you're gonna twist your wrist apart.
Yeah. But here, let me go. I'll go grab the samurai machete.
Oh yeah, let me see that. That's crazy. That I wonder. Pretty sure it is It is that one. Yeah. You ain't gonna want to swing that on a normal like attack. Oh, you got to do that two-handed. Jesus.
So like it is thick. She's a thick motherfucker.
You need two-handed. So there's a sword style for that. Please flip the blade away from your body. There you go, my friend. There you go. So with that, you need to. You bastard. I'm sorry. It's my swordsman's part of me. I'm sorry. But like.
I just like to show it off.
Yeah.
Like that's.
No, but in reality, just think of this. There's a sword style to fight with that, right? But that's insane. That's kind of like a scimitar. That really is a scimitar.
I call it the samurai machete for a reason.
Do you have a scimitar, like a full curved scimitar, Arabian scimitar?
No.
Dude,
I'm not a big fan of swords. I prefer machetes because you less. You don't really need to be a swordsman to carry a machete and just hack shit apart.
Well, but I mean, like, I would figure, you having like a scimitar, because I mean, I could see it's just like that. It really is.
I like cookeries.
So thick and so long, heavy, need two hands. That's what she said.
No, I like cookeries. Do you know the cookery style blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like cookeries a lot. I have a lot of Well, I'd say I have like 3 cookery machetes.
I know. Yeah, I see your
Yeah.
collection of fucking sick ass kookeries, man. They're nice. They're nice.
I love my cookeries.
I don't even
Yeah.
think I've completely went through all of them yet. I think I went through all of them, but maybe 4. Unless you
Maybe.
went and got new ones.
I need to get new ones. I need more impulse buys with knives. But I haven't
Well,
been looking.
that's kind of like so. Like I have a dull one, and the dull one is one not necessarily needed, but if it gets to really critical moments is home defense. But
Hmm.
the dull one's meant to actually take out to the backyard, and I can actually, go against one of my padded dummies. So like
Yeah.
if I have a wood tree back there, and if I put my leather or padding around it, I can then start practicing my swings, and my technique. Um, Again, I don't try to go all out on my utensils because I'm broke enough where I can't go and buy another one.
Hmm. I get that. I get that. I was gonna
But
ask, like, what do you use? Like, do you use like the mats that are rolled up and then covered in water? Like soaked in water overnight or whatever. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
well, so I had like I said, I got a couple trees in the backyard,
Okay.
and we usually have like gym mats around, but unfortunately them have been all disposed of, and I need to actually get more padding, so hard rubber or so
Yeah.
that way I can protect my tree because my tree is technically an apple tree,
Hmm.
and I don't want to sit here and George Washington it.
Hmm.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know he, I don't want
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. I don't want to hack it down, I don't want to hack it.
Well, like every once in a
So
while, I'll have fun with a machete or something. If I go out to the woods or
with
whatever.
that machete, I would not prefer it going
Never
out
with
there.
that. I've never had
No,
fun
I
with
don't.
that.
So yeah, just because one collector item, two super razor sharp, whether it be quality or not. Here's the thing: what happens if it's not quality and it just looks that?
Well,
If a piece of that blade was to snap off and come cleaving like a saucer, it's done.
do you
Someone gets
know?
hit, you're
Do you know
done.
Cold Steel? That's the company who makes it. Cold Steel.
I think I'll be surprised if I have something cold steel, but I don't think I do.
I'll post something in chat for the website. 'Cause, yeah, that's where I go to. For that, and then for the fuck around and find out thing that I engraved. I bought the samurai machete to engrave. I don't know what pattern. I want to do an entire pattern on the entire thing because that would be beautiful. But I don't know what pattern I want to do yet. Like I might do a camo just because that would look fucking sick.
With the samurai, you said?
With the samurai machete. I don't know yet though. I might do blood splatter along the entire thing or something that would look cool as fuck too. Like have it splattered across the blade in certain spots and then pulled up and then like you feel me?
I wonder.
I want to do a pattern now. I got to cross the entire fucking thing.
I wonder how well you can do with skulls.
I suck at drawing skulls. Last
Damn
time I
it.
drew a skull was like in high school, and
So,
I suck at them.
ah, fuck, man.
I know
Well,
that would be
me,
cool as
yeah.
fuck.
Dude, because you know what I'm talking about. Them stretched out fucking skulls where they have the sharp cheekbone and they have the
Oh
sharp
yeah, if
mouth.
I could
and
do
they have
like
the
some of
little
them
wicked ass
yelling,
tribal
like a
fucking
wall of
jaw.
skulls, some of them mouth open, some
Dude,
mouth
I was
closed.
just
I
thinking that. I'm like, how good are
some
you
no
with
mouth. No,
some skulls,
yeah,
man?
no, not
You gotta
good.
suck. You definitely need to have a practice toy for a while with that one.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I have plenty to engrave. I need a better setup. I don't want to engrave where I game anymore, and God forbid where I sleep.
Get started on a project, and be like, I want to finish. I'm just like in space right now, trying to think.
So for me, I want to have fold-out tables of some kind in my garage. One of them standing, one of them sitting, and that's where my Dremel setup will be. The cord will be long enough, trust me. And I also want to have a vise on each of them, Just a tiny. It doesn't have to be a heavy vise. It just has to be
No,
a
but
vise.
you're definitely gonna have to have it where it's like onto a structure that's dead bolted to concrete where it's not getting shook from any direction. You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
no, I'm just gonna lean on the table and lean on the. I'm gonna literally hold the vise and the thing on it while I'm doing it with my magnifying glasses on.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna be that close that it's like, it's better than me just holding it
You
too.
just you just want to do the small ones. You don't want to think about doing something fucking,
Well,
cool
my
like
big
a
thing is
big one,
it's
huh?
better than me holding it. I can just put it right on the handle or something, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I
yeah.
get that same angle so that I'm not, as long as I don't turn the Dremel, I get that same shade. Because that's the
And
thing. If I turn the
less
Dremel or
chance
I
of bending
move
that
it,
steel
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Well, the big thing, if I turn it at any angle other than the right angle, like all of this is uniform and everything, but like if halfway through I move it, like I flip it
It
around the
could
other
look
way,
fucking
it
different.
will have a different shade.
No, he says it will.
It
He
will.
realized he emphasized it, so that
Hmm.
had to been a learned experience.
Yes.
God. He's
You
like, I
have to
looked
keep
at
it
my
the
knife
same.
and it looked at me in a different
You have to
dimension.
keep it the same angle and remember that angle if you take breaks.
No,
And
crazy.
that's why I want a
Oh,
vise, because I can leave it in the vise and go back to video gaming or whatever, after I clean up, do a BRB screen, and then
how is your tribal etching skill? So like tribal, like how like on like Fast and Furious, like them cool little puddles where they're sharp and they got a nice little curve inside where it bows and another little end you tribal it out. How good are you? Do you feel that you are with
I've
that?
been getting really good. So like the big thing with learning curves, I'm very good at making a straight line when I started. I'm very good at holding a straight line, but I've been practicing on my curves a lot, and the big thing for that is doing circles, trying to make a perfect circle, and saying like I want it to be an inch diameter and keep it that, and like not make it thicker to like correct mistakes and thicker to correct mistake until it's perfect,
Not to doubt your first stroke.
Exactly. And it's been fun. But I've been getting better and better. And my curves, I'm not good at making vines or like curving and
Oh,
randomness.
I know what you like kind of like barbed wire.
Well, like random, like vines, how it has that random, but it has that flow where the vine isn't going to go this way completely. I'm not good at that random where I keep that
That
flow. Like I'll full on 90-degree if I have to keep it on and it's like fuck, like it requires
he's like
pre-planning, and I'm not good at
He's
the
like, the
pre-planning.
dimensions are changing. I can't turn with it.
Yeah.
How do I put myself in 3D dimension in my brain to draw this line?
But mainly it's because I need to park my truck in the winter, so I need them tables to fold up. But they're gonna be chained and everything, so that all summer long they're just fucking out and holding shit projects. But then winter we're not gonna do engraving. I need to park my truck.
Goddamn truck.
Yep. Completely, I won't turn on anymore. The pictures I sent you of the lifetime are the only photo. I have them. I'll send them back. I looked through them. It's gonna be more. It's gonna take longer than I thought to actually make that for you, but I got to. I got them all, and you should be able to get them through the Discord messages that you sent me, because you sent me all of them, I believe. So.
And you know what's worse? I cursed our fucking area with more snow. I was like, oh, I could see the ground. Oh, I'm so glad I could see Earth again. So much dirt.
You
So much.
motherfucker. I already know it's coming my way, Draco. You don't have to remind me.
I was so bad. I woke up today and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, I already
I'm like,
know
I
it.
had my hopes built up and everything.
I already know next week's going to be an absolute shit show the entire week with freezing rain and snow.
Dude,
I'm
it
already
looked
well
like
aware.
right now Jack Frost sneezed so hard everything got snow put back on it from across another state. He literally cartoon,
Yeah.
like a cartoon episode. One frame is spring, and the next frame instant froze.
See, the thing is, I didn't
Sparkly,
say anything,
sparkly.
and you said something, and now you're bringing it up on this stream, and now it's like, fuck, I know it's
I
coming.
have to. I have to. I have to relieve my stress.
Well, how dare you put it on me?
I am putting it on everybody, including my tuna fish sandwich.
Cheers. You make it
Cheers. Oh man. So, I got banned from my first server,
What game?
Motortown.
That's what I figured. I seen
Yep.
you were playing that.
So, man, I don't know what. It was weird. So, like, I was in the server and just enjoying doing my stream setup again, and I feel that it was literally that I wasn't giving them proper attention or something, because they wanted to complain to me that my vehicles that were being rented out was causing server lag. So they
Yeah, you
DC'd
told me about this.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
DC'd me, and then when I logged back in, and I'm like, okay, I was like, why did you do that? Did you really have the need to do that? And I just noticed, I said, it hasn't changed, and I said, you know, have you noticed your FPS to this has not changed? I said, and here you're about to lay your whole server's bullshit onto me. And not after they got mad or like, oh, you're confrontational, and that would just happened like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, banned, and I'm like, you know what? I applaud that you at least banned me. I was like, because I'm not going back to that shit server.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't want
went
to talk to
another
you
one.
guys.
Yeah, don't talk to
Yeah,
me.
don't reach out.
Because y'all got your problems. I understand.
Yeah.
Went to another one, and these gents were like pretty cool, chill hillbilly back. Like we're all got lives. We don't, I'm like, all right, I could do something with my stream now. Today it was part of it. We were going copacetic. They even met up. They, I did a little speed trial run. A cannonball rush with their high performance semis, pulling them, to back home location. I was cooking records, and. But when I told them of what I was doing, because they were like, hey, you want to join Discord? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, if I do, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to be fucking targeted right the fuck away. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, all right, you don't have to. I'm like, he goes, but if you want the PD role, and I'm like, motherfucker, and he did the smart thing, like the funny shit too. Like he was like, but if you want the PD role, and I'm like, I know, I'll get in there, and I get in there, and he's like, hey man, welcome in, I was like, we're trying to remember who referred me, it was somebody, that was in one of my chat boxes, and he's like, damn dude, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, no. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, I'm just want to know if you guys have like, what's your deal with like coils and H beams? He goes, what about them? He goes, I'm like, people are like locking them down. Like you got to be whitelisted to be like able to make them or to craft them, but you can bring items. I just need to know what's going on. He goes, what the fuck? He goes, no, I ain't like that here. He goes, you can get H-beams and make it and do whatever. That's premium equipment, to ship, And he's like, we get later on. He goes, man, what happened to you, And I was like, dude, okay. I was like, after I was, defensive in a server, telling people, man, at this point, if you're gonna be jealous,
you
about
trauma
me,
dumped.
Yeah. I was like,
Lord.
I was like, that's what was going on. I was like, so I literally, I was like, man, I'm hoping. I was hoping y'all weren't gonna be like, you strange name, get out of here. But he was like, you strange name. We didn't know you even belonged. Like, I went back there. There were some of my vehicles, and they said, oh, you were here before. So, and I'm like, I had no idea. So I mean, people were copacetic, but I was just. They were like, holy crap, dude, there's a server that's that, twisted. I was like, honestly, I said, they had a lot of problems. I said, that's why I didn't care if I had to leave their server or get banned from that server. I said, I didn't give a fuck less. I said,
Yeah.
but man, I was surprised I got banned for something so fucking small.
Yeah. I gotta get back into gaming a bit more. I'm only playing Halo lately. I played some Enter the Gungeon last night and I sucked. Gotta get back into it.
Ooh, yeah, well, dude, you gotta get back in there.
Well, I wasn't as bad as you. I got to the third floor, but
Oh, fuck you.
definitely,
Okay, fuck
definitely
you.
need to get back into it. Yeah, no.
I went from 26th place in Soda Man to 126.
Oof.
Just because so I'm trying to find other methods of doing things. So the other day I played Soda Man, and the method was to not accept any soda, but to take my 5 buff card.
I love it.
And that's all I could run with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it can be done, but after a minute, you still need to get some sort of help, or you're gonna be swarmed. You have to have some magical reason. Got to get a tower, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you get more points, but now I'm trying to figure out as I do this, how do I increase DPS real quick? So having to find what in some of the selection as modifier cards or house cards in a way, are scissors. And these 2 pairs of separate set of scissors. So 1 piece of blade and 1 piece of the other blade. And you collect them 2 cards up, and I've put them in my inventory. I have found out I don't need any fucking thing else after I collect just scissors.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, scissors are a municipal item when you have a soda can.
Okay. I don't know. I play the Gungeon weirdly like that. When I'm actually into playing it.
When the availability is, man, like I said, I'm gonna end up seeing about that Soda Man and seeing if you like it.
Nah. I've seen games like it and I've played games like it where you just get more upgrades and run
That's
around
literally
and shoot shit top down. Yeah, I've seen it.
so.
Isometric.
So the only thing I like is the fact that I can beat some high scores. It's an old arcade. That's it. I just want to be a high score guy. Like go ahead. Yeah, 5th place. Yeah, 4th place.
I get you. I get you. I know what it's all about.
I've thought of some tricky ways, but as you've seen, I've been rolling at max chaos mode, which is funny. Because I could turn the levels of that so brutally hard and still play on it. I'm like, I think I broke the game.
Have you ever played Portal?
You know what's funny? I've seen some preview on that. I might check that out.
I'd highly recommend it. You've never played Portal or Portal 2?
I think it must have been Portal 2. Yeah, I think it was Portal 2 I've seen it. Because there's something like you can create portals, go into little spots where you click a destination to be and jump to another spot through the wall and be there. Like part of I get it. I understand it. I think my brain will die at some sort of point of like dimensional changes.
So it's not that bad of like, it's more puzzly than anything.
It is. It looks cool.
And I think you'd like it. It's pretty cheap. But it was made by, it was a mod. It was a Half-Life mod. Yes, I'm correct. I think it was made by one of the devs. If anyone could correct me if I'm wrong, but it was made by one of the devs or something, and everyone loved it, so they made it like a tiny little project, and they sold it on the orange box. If you remember that fucking thing for the Xbox 360.
Yeah. Party box.
Yeah, the
party
orange box, orange party box.
Party box. That's literally what it's called, party box, and it came with all the demos
like Half-Life and Portal,
Fortress 2.
Yes,
if you were lucky to have Soldier of Fortune, Quake, and all. Yeah, the cool ones. Yeah, them ones I did play.
Yeah, it came with all of that. But
and mind you, the paddles back then were bigger than this.
Yeah,
they were huge, giant blocks. Like you felt like you were holding logs.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
So Portal, though, it was in there, and I highly recommend it. It was in the orange box, which was on Xbox 360.
My more professional guess is that I seen it in back when I on Xbox. I just said fuck you, and I just probably
Well,
deleted it.
it was sold with Team Fortress 2 and Half-Life
Yup,
2,
yup,
I think.
yup. I remember it. I
Yes.
strictly remember it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it became so popular they made a second game. Both are fantastic. The second one though allows you to play two-player, and it's community maps. They
Look,
allow you to create maps and post them.
I
And
am not okay with teaming up against with you in that because the moment I do, you'll follow me through the motherfucking floor hole in the floor. I'd
that's
be
the
out and
point.
someone
It's an achievement
fuck
to do
you, fuck you.
that.
I know that achievement. I've seen it
Yeah.
done, man. And one of the streamers I watched, they just didn't expect it.
Mhm.
He's like, "Where the fuck am I?" Where
With
he
a
goes,
light bridge,
"You're
you
right
just take
behind
it
me."
out from under them.
Oh my god. I could not do that. I'll be like, all right, let me see this here. Let's do this. Hang on. If I go to here, go to there, and then you'd be like,
No,
wop,
no,
wop,
I'm
wop.
worse. I do the highly intentional to piss you off, but very unique thing where I'll go into a corner somewhere, and you can share your screen if you hold down tab, and it shows up for the other person, and I go, where am I? Where am I, Drago? Come find me. Where am I? And you're like,
I'm
Chris, we have
very,
to do the puzzle. I need you over here. Where am I though? Where am I?
if you're so, just the funny thing, you can't be within. You can't. I'm gonna give you the heads up. Don't be within eyesight because I'm good with my angles,
I
with my
know.
360 angles.
Mhm.
So you literally will have to be in another part of this section.
Oh, I
Like,
only do
hey,
it like one
where
time
am
per
I? And I'm
session.
gonna be like,
If we play like
what the
five
fuck is
matches, I'll
going
do like
on?
five map. I'll do it once per
You
like
get me
five
killed
maps.
through all the matches. You can just hear me
Yeah.
rage so fucking bad.
I
I
get
will.
to the right level and I'm like, this will be perfect. Like I do it to Swole.
You absolute bastard.
Yeah, no, but
No.
I highly recommend it because it's like endless content. It's literally like I'd play it every once in a while where it's just fan made maps and shit and mods and everything. It's awesome.
I was gonna try to switch into like I'm gonna keep some Arc Raiders on, and I'm probably gonna do like Sunday streams, like Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday streams.
Okay.
Um, so I might add Sunday in for sure, just because like I got collabos with other people that I do, So like,
I feel that.
which is a
Uh,
nice start. And it's getting some sort of socialize out.
yeah,
I fear that
networking's
it might be
huge.
getting it out. I think it gets out in some dangerous areas. The fact that
Networking is
I
huge,
would,
but you got to worry about who you network with.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, no, I was
Well,
went to
big thing
watch
is,
some of the shorts,
well, another thing,
and
a lot of people have drama with people, but they don't discuss it. So, like, it's a minefield. Like, you're friends with who? And then they start ghosting you. And it's.
yeah, yeah. So I was listening to the shorts and stuff, man, about all the hypothetical, and then we again came across the one that says, "And what about Santa Claus? And he's God." And I'm like, "No, no, no, that's true."
It's too true. But
I still have
I've
not
made a
heard
bunch of
nobody come.
shorts. Like, we're covered for January with that.
Dude, I haven't heard nobody come back yet for about that answer.
No one's
Really think
clapping
about
back.
it.
No one's clapping back. It's true.
The man literally is God. He has to be
Mhm.
that, or his brother, or his dad, of some magical reason. I mean,
Yeah.
even Krampus has a problem with him,
Yeah.
and that's apparently his brother. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
the guy is a god.
He is. He's a demigod.
If you're like, all right, I can take you on in a magical battle. He's like, ho, 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 have some merry spirit. And he hits you with some sparkle dust. Last thing you know, you could be in a whole other dimension.
I'll hit
could
you with
even
one.
be-
Do you think Medusa could win against him? Let's say they're
No,
both on
no,
different. Well, hear me
no.
out. Let's say they're both on different sides of the planet. They know where each other are when they like spontaneously appear there. Okay. They have whatever resources to find each other. Do you think Medusa could win?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
Why?
How about they
Why?
both? How about they both spawn in the woods, backs turned to each other, about let's say
No.
20 yards away.
No. the fact that he has knowledge of her existence is a problem, because if she's like, I can just freeze you on eye contact, Santa's not gonna be around.
You
He's
didn't let
gonna
me
go
finish.
ho ho ho.
You didn't let me finish with the wood one. They don't know that their backs. They know each other are in the woods. They don't know that it's right behind each other, and they just. Do you think
Santa is old school. He's used to being sightless from kids, man. He snuck in and got your mom's phone number at night.
Okay. We're talking just a platform about 40 feet by 40 feet block, and then it's infinite pit underneath. They spawn back to back. No equipment.
He's a magical being. He can do it with no equipment. He goes to a finger up to the side of his nose with a little bit of rubbing up the chimney he goes. He didn't have his fucking backpack with his goddamn ass. He didn't have his fucking red sack. Where was his fucking bag? Where was his fucking bag?
He knows when you're asleep and awake. He's practically like he could close his eyes spawning on that platform. He closes his eyes immediately and know where Medusa is.
The fact that existence of knowledge.
It's not even like echolocation. It's just omnipotence.
This guy has to deal with other seasons, bro. Yes. As he has to go and talk to Gaia. You think Gaia's not going to be like, oh, you should watch out for Medusa. She's quite a bitch on Tuesdays and around the 2nd, you know? He talks with false Mother Nature, Baby New Year. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. So in all reality, this dude's on another level of knowledge.
Yeah, he would know where she is and everything like immediately.
He would immediately do a magical act. My guess was like candy cane hair, gummy worm hair, and like he's gonna do something that's sweet and candy, or he's gonna turn her into a toy. And if you think about it, this is God level shit. I'm going to turn you into a harmless little toy that even with you in your form cannot harm nobody. What if he has like little collections right up in the back, you know? He's like, I got Medusa, I got Sin, I took care of, oh, that's my homeboy Jesus. We'll bring him back another year.
Hold on, I got another one for you.
He gets a respawn.
I get another one for you. Godzilla or Santa Claus?
They already tried it. They already have it.
But who do you think would win?
Santa. That's what's fucked up. Yes. So Godzilla is raw power and radioactivity.
Yes.
If Santa has enough... Oh, hang on a minute. I gotta fix my microphone. Mic check. All right, there we go. If Santa has enough magical joy, if it's joy that he has to gather from all the kids who gets a present, you got to think also Santa's got to restock his supply too.
Yes. Squirrel. Same thing. They're on the platform. Let's start with that because it's the most basic. They're on the platform. They spawn in front of each other. No equipment.
You really think he's not gonna try to have some like gummy candy cookie like short cream candy puffs in his butt?
Well, can he knock him off the platform or kill him? I guess.
I mean, he's gonna have like something that's gonna work. This man, the most I've seen out of a lot of Santa reenactments has been Violent Night. And it's scary to think that Santa might be the one to actually fight Medusa. It ain't even going to be the jolly ho-ho-ho guy.
All of Santa lore compiled into one. That's the character.
Then he's gonna know. He's gonna get some fight back. He's gonna know.
Okay.
The knowledge still exists.
Is there any creature that you can think of that could defeat Santa on the platform?
In a reality, most times Santa didn't like the fact that there was two Santas of his own power. Think about how there's been some shows where I've seen where they try,
magic. Magic's allowed, Squirrel, and like they just don't have weapons. They're just on the platform. He doesn't have his bag.
Even on that mythical level, you have to remember he talks to people like Mother Nature, who Mother Nature is related to Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about that. Yeah. So, like, in reality, this guy goes and talks to Greek god on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He's going to check with someone called Father Time. So there's an existence of some sort of little hourglass of the sands of time.
So you're telling me, like, even a god like Thor and all of his lore couldn't
They
beat
all
Santa?
know. I think they would have a problem because they need to have something that beats the fact of he can magic you away. You need to have. So Doctor Strange could possibly fight Santa because he believes in magic. And he is already prepped. He's already got little belts that is ready for counters already. He's got a little robe that, will get in the way, but it comes back magically. Like, it just doesn't go, it doesn't die or burn up. It just comes around like, hey, you need a courier? I can give you a ride, So people, like, you got to have your knowledge in magic to fight a magic person. Medusa has to utilize a lot of mythical magical power, like sorcery or instantaneous sorcery, such as what Santa has, is instantaneous sorcery. He doesn't need to do too much. All he did is summon these powers. And he was up a chimney. But the person who was depicting that, up goes a finger up to the side of his nose. Without a word, he wiggles his face, and up the chimney he goes. You understand the kind of stuff?
I mean, we've already established he is faster than the speed of light.
Without chanting that, without chanting a spell, thought enchantment, instantaneous spell cast. You have to have a supreme power. Maybe Doctor Strange level.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
He might even have, like, untangibility where you can go through walls and whatnot, but he is faster than the speed of light and can definitely
He
teleport.
just like popped his head through. He's like, "Hey, he's like, Mrs. McIntyre. I'm sorry, I forgot. You want to grab me my candy cane right there? Oh,
Yep, and
sorry,
there's also there is some
it.
lore about it where he time travels. So, like, he is pretty fucking OP.
He can transmute space and time
Yes.
because if you jump into his bag, it transmutes space. And it does transmute time because when he puts anything in there, it's still preserved.
Yeah.
So which means it's a what is it? A bag of holding, which that is a god tier.
We're saying on the platform he doesn't have the bag. Do you think there's anyone that can beat him just on the platform? No bag, just his uniform. And then let's say, like, the other person is like Link from, Legend of Zelda. Let's say he doesn't even have his sword, but he just has his uniform, like what they wear. No weapons, though.
Look at Jet. Look at Sparrow. Yo. He just some little kid's like, oh, he's got a burger. That kind of candy, mister?
I think Medusa might have a chance, but I think Santa wins out in most of them.
That's the problem. That's why I said.
If they are facing each other on the platform, though, Medusa wins like 100%. He cannot react quick enough to see Medusa. Let's say they both just teleport. They don't know what's going to happen. He cannot react quick enough to not get turned into stone.
If he knows that he's got to deal with Medusa, he knows what he's got to deal with.
Yes,
So
in the woods scenario and in the world scenario, he wins. So he wins two. He wins 2 out of 3. So he wins.
In his all-knowing knowledge, he has to know, no matter what. Even a centaur can be in front of him, and he knows what a centaur is. Dude, this man knows what even a walking elemental is. Even if it never existed in this domain, you have to think.
Yes.
He, again, can go up to the realm of a god and visit them at their temple and literally talk to them like, hey,
the question is,
the season's gonna change?
the question is, would he be able to kill Medusa fast enough before he turns into stone?
Like I said, it's if he has his magic, guys.
Yes, he just has his magic and he's his suit.
If he
and
doesn't
Medusa
have
just has
his
her
magic.
magic and She doesn't wear anything, I don't think,
You have-
in some large.
Again, this is dangerous. See, because now we're one-siding it. We're giving Medusa the upper hand.
Yeah.
So now, again, in understanding.
Well, most scenarios, mind you, Draco, most scenarios they do on the platform. You both spawn in front of each other, and then in the woods, you both spawn away from each other. You know you exist in the woods. You have to hunt each other down, type of deal. You know, and then there's the world where, the woods. Let's say he has his bag. You have like your weapon, like your number one type of thing. You know.
Forgot the man's a fucking lumberjack. He knows what snakes look like.
I know. I'm just saying. And number 3 is you have your entire army behind you. You have every one of your resources, and you start on opposite ends of the world. That's typically the setup, and it's
with you, you're in trouble.
Well,
that's too many.
That's the typical setup for 1v1s for imaginable creatures.
I still think Santa. I'm saying still Santa.
So the one thing about, like, because it's a topic, like, people research this and there's studies done, who is the most OP character. Cartoon logic wins every time. Bugs Bunny, he can summon anything and it's all funny too. He's impervious to damage, like he is.
He gets shot by Elmer Fudd and he's like,
right,
you got me,
and it's a joke.
Oh. And then he just hands him a TNT and says, "Here, hold this for me. Tell that's for Maeve." And then disappears. He's okay. He's like, yeah, what's up? And you're just like, yo, cool.
So like cartoon characters might have a shot against Santa, but cartoon characters are OP, and a lot of people don't consider them when they're doing like Goku versus Superman, which is a lame one.
And again, think of this: Santa is also known in cartoon worlds. Really think about this. Because if Santa knows about these dimensions, he also knows how to go, your dimension doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And he can put your dimension in his bag. Or
cartoons make him annoying.
His own magic.
Well, cartoons make him annoying, but the thing that they typically do is, like, if they make a cameo, what are his powers in them? Are they cartoony powers? Typically not.
They're going to be Saitama level. Yeah. No, they're going to be Saitama level. It's because he's already broken when he starts. The way they built the lore on Santa instead of the correct way about the true version of Santa Claus or Saint Nick. Nowadays, like, this is what led that conversation, everybody, was the fact that Santa gets stretched so far that now the lore he's basically a god. Look at what level this is now that we placed him at, just a little bit of a spotlight, but understand who is coming down the chimney to see your Christmas tree.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel you.
This guy is crazy power. Would you want him ruling the earth?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I couldn't deal with talking
he's
little
perfect
with
what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he keep his job. Keep his job.
Yep. Nope. 100%. And with that goes back to the Arctic. Like, I think he's a crucial part of the glaciers and everything.
Let's see. Wait, mother of
But I'm actually gonna get head. It's almost 6. I gotta get going.
I was gonna say before I answer that next question, because Flintstones was my shit.
So I was gonna say, do you see how I got like the Discord thingy on there? I was wondering if you wanted that, because it's just a link I can send you, and then you put it in the browser for the OBS, the sources or whatever.
Yeah, you could do that. I'll put it up as a source.
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, yeah, I think it's called.
It shows on your end and mine at either end. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because when it does, it triggers both yours and mine. Well, your end if you do it, but my end will be mine. But it's because you would want to request, so it'll have like yours and mine going, ha! The whole fucking chat list.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is just take my source, that link, and I'll just send that to you, and then you can just, a browser source and your OBS and all that,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That way you kind of have the hold on, is that one? Sorry, I have like 3 of them.
have the link up to it. No, I've been on.
Well, that
I've
way
been
you
looking-
can put it on your stream if you want to. Because then, like you've been looking to fill the black space, so you could just put it in a corner, and I won't be butthurt.
Are you trying to make fun of
Well,
me?
no, I'm just saying if you
my
get
titles?
no, I'm saying like if you get a photo one day, I won't be butthurt if you delete it and replace it. Like go for it. Like yeah, but for now, I mean, you can fill the black space.
I do gotta do so. Not that's fucking stupid. You know what? You saying that now. I was already thinking that before. I'm like, I wonder how I could do this. And I'm like, oh wait a minute, I could URL source this, and I'm like, and it should still run it. But when I do the window or the display screen, it freezes up on the internet.
Plus, it has to be the same size window every time, and it's very annoying. So like, there's a web thingy that connects to your Discord like a bot, and then you take the link and you can put it in OBS type of deal. So it's just looking over my Discord. So like, it's not gonna hack you if you put the link in a browser because it's me who's supporting the link in the Discord.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm like it's I don't mind looking at the owl. I said, but I want to be able to have I want to be able to do something funny with it. Like I want to put your face like your character's little owl face up there, like you have like your Chris Cecil one for your border out.
If you want my avatar, I can send it to you.
I was gonna say you might. I want to figure out how I can have it where I make it look like your mouth is moving every time you talk. So every time you do have like a Discord discharge towards vocals,
yes,
it's gonna have to have a frame where it has the mouth is open, and I gotta remember that somehow.
Well, I have a pipe in my mouth, so how is
somehow with that still going? Yeah,
it's gonna.
You got pipe. Oh, you don't have a pipe on the ones where we're outside, but you have we both have pipes.
Yeah.
In,
I mean, like my avatar, like I have a.
Yeah, avatar does have pipe.
Yeah. But also.
So that's not. If I do, you guys, that's because I brainiaced and it worked.
Logos.
Oh my goodness.
I have so many fucking versions. Do you want clear or like a purple background?
Probably clear. I think I can work with clear because I think I might have to like.
Well, you can put whatever background you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do like a cut. And like somehow I have to like cut right around the art and not and just have it disconnect per frame every time your voice pops off.
Yeah.
Or I'll find something on Twitch that does something similar. I'll figure something out.
With that, I don't think the GIF works.
That's funny though. Oh my god.
I'm trying to see if the GIF works.
I hope I do, because the next time we pop in and you're just sitting here able to talk, I was able to. We gotta find the proper owl.
Oh wait, no, that one has red lines all around it. That one's rough. Either way, yeah.
Oh man! All right, man. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah. You do your thing.
Boot, skiddy, and skedaddle. You take it easy, and you have a good night, brother.
Yeah, you too, mate. 100%. And I'll rate out to you. So yeah.
Word. Yep. Much love.
Peace out, mate. Peace. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thank you all for being here. It's been too much fun. As always, I love just chit-chatting with Drago. It's fun, honestly. So many topics. I'm still going through one of the videos and making shorts, and I still have to edit one of the two of those videos. And yeah, it's always fun. It's never ending though. Always fun though. Thank you all for being here. It's been too much fun, and I hope to see you all next Friday. I'm gonna try to stream on Monday, but I'm awful at streaming on Monday nowadays. So, yeah, no. I hope to see you all later. Thank you for being here. Spurl, Gancha, let's see, Powdered Herb I saw earlier. Thank you all for being here. It's been an absolute blast, and let's go show some love to Draco. Peace out.